Okay, so I'm going to assume, and of course you should never assume, that you've got a problem with your box plants, and that's why you're looking for an alternative. Now there's generally only two reasons why you've got a problem with your box plant, and that's either going to be box blight, which is the common name for two fungal infections, or it's going to be the box caterpillar moth, which devastates them in such a small period. So I can share your pain. In fact, you can share my pain by looking at these boxes right now. Look, this was once a lovely display, a really finely clipped box, which is one of the identifying features of these, is that they do take very well to being finely clipped. And there's another one there, that's absolutely lovely too. Oh, a little bit of damage on that, oh dear, look at this. This one's been absolutely pulled apart. This is a box caterpillar moth. It's ripped this one. It did go on these. I just turned these round so the rubbish side is facing the wall. But yes, I'm hoping it's going to shoot out some new leaf. But for sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. I don't know what the problem is. It is as though the caterpillar that eats these puts in a toxin and kills the whole thing off. I mean, why would you do that? That is absolutely crazy. But I mean, I do have a replacement. But there you go. That's my pain. I mean, they were beautiful, and now they're absolutely ruined. And you know, the whole thing is such a shame, because box plants have been grown in this country for literally centuries. In fact, so tough were they that they were almost considered bulletproof, but they're not anymore, and which is a shame. I mean, there is literally no point spending any money planting out box plants, because the chances are so high that they'll be completely devastated within the next couple of years. So they really are not the plant to have. And so question is, what are the alternatives? Well, there are a whole load of possibilities, and in fact those lovely chaps at RHS Wisley in England made an absolutely gorgeous garden out of alternative box plants, and created actually quite a fantastic kind of a knot garden display, and I really like it. We've been there a couple of times, and we did a small video of it, which I can put in the description. But the question is there viable, of all these choices, is there a viable alternative to box? And the answer is yes, there is one. There is one absolutely fantastic specimen. It's you know, it's almost identical. It's only that I think the leaves are opposite. I think on Bucks the leaves are opposite, and on this plant they're not. They're whatever that word is, I don't know. But it looks very similar. Same colour. Evergreen, also does very well to be in topiary. In fact, this is the plant that they use for your classic Japanese cloud tree. So it is superb. We've known about it for years. So while that garden at Wisley was, I would probably say it's more of a vanity project, because even though it did look very nice, we had one hard winter and most of those plants were absolutely ruined. So you have one alternative. It is an absolutely brilliant alternative, and unless you know what you're looking for, you probably wouldn't even spot the difference. And that plant is this. It is the... A few moments later. Oh, I love a pregnant pause. It's just like watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Anyway, the plant you're looking for is Ilex crenata, commonly known as the Japanese holly, and it is so similar to the common box. It's hardly believable. It grows to the same sort of size. It only needs cutting once a year. It's evergreen. It's hardy down to about -17 degrees Celsius. It is so identical in its habit to the common box. It's like God deliberately made it because he knew this day was going to come. So this is the plant you want. Ignore all the other ones. Don't try and be fancy, because at the end of the day, if you live in a country where you're going to have the conditions that the common box thrives in, survives, you know, especially in England, you know, sort of a little wee bit cold in you know, wet, miserable, damp, overcast, ridiculously hot in the summer, very, very cold in the winter, then you need a plant that is absolutely solid. This plant is, and we don't need to go any further. We don't need to discuss any other alternative, because the best alternative to the common box is Ilex crenata. Enough said. Now, if you've got any other suggestions, then by all means leave those in the comments. We would love to hear from you, but I'm right, this is the one. Anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, press that like button. Goodbye. Okay, hold your horses, clever claws. We're not quite finished yet, because I know that one of you in the comments is going to put something in saying about, yeah, Simon, you know you can put down a natural predator and that will kill it off, so you can grow box in this country. You don't have to get an alternative. No one speaks like that, but you'd be absolutely right, you can. There is a natural predator called Bacillus thuringiensis. I'll put the little right down there, and it does work. It does work very well. It is an excellent product. The trouble is, it does not have a spray license in this country for use for the general public. So unless you've got a commercial license and you work in the nursery industry, you cannot buy it, you cannot use it. So unless you've got it illegally, then you can use it, but not don't say I said to use it. Then yes, you can still grow box plants. They're very cheap at the moment because really nobody is buying them, and put that on, and that's really all I've got to say on that matter. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you all in the next video.